Research shows that canning is still very popular for many people at home. However, we're not seeing the kinds of canning done that we saw many years ago, where it was meat and potatoes and vegetables that were going in. It's more apt to be jams, jellies, and pickles. So if you're doing jams, or particularly jellies, one of the first things you're going to have to do is extract juice. We have some traditional methods, which you can see some of the tools behind me. However, I'm going to show you how to use a steam juice extractor today, which is a new piece of equipment. It's not tremendously expensive. It does take up a little bit of room, but it makes great juice. So let's go ahead and get started. This is a 3-piece unit. There's a base that you fill pretty well with water, and on top of that there's another level of pan. Now this one has a hole in the bottom so that the steam we're creating here can come up through there, and then there's one that's like a colander that goes on next, and we're going to put our fruit or our vegetable in there, and the steam is going to come up and cook that. The juice is going to come out, collect here, come down the tube, and it comes out perfectly clear and gorgeous. So you don't have to use any of the cheesecloth and those kinds of things, which can take a lot of time. Cooking on this may take 30 minutes or more, depending on what you're trying to juice, but it's extremely efficient, extremely easy to do. So we're just going to stack these together. And you notice there's a tube coming out here. This is where the juice is going to come. It's got a clamp on it so that the juice is not going to be coming out until we're ready for that to happen. Got the fruit ready. Today I'm making a strawberry juice. You could use most any kind of fruit. Peaches are great, apples are great. You can also mix different kinds of fruit. Now these berries are soft, and so I don't need to do anything to them. The same with grapes. I don't need to do anything with those either, other than rinse them off. You don't have to take them off the stems. You don't have to take the caps off. With apples and harder fruits like pears, I'd probably cut them in half or quarters, but I don't have to peel, I don't have to take the stem off, and I don't have to core. So it saves a lot of steps early on in the beginning. This is going to go in here, see if we can get the fruit in. I've already got it going on a fairly high heat down here. In fact, it's on the highest heat I can get because we just want the steam to come up and cook them. Put the lid on. Try not to peek into it very often because we do need that steam in there to do the cooking down. It'll take, as I said, probably 25-30 minutes before we start seeing the juice come out the tube. And then you can continue to cook them after that. Now, to get more juice. Now, one of the things that you do want to know, however, is because we're going to be cooking them for a fairly long time, with strawberries, which are very low pectin anyway, or peaches, or some other fruits that tend not to have a lot of pectin, the longer you cook them, the more pectin you're going to lose. It's going to break down. So you're going to want to use a commercial pectin when you make the juice this way. And that's fairly common with most things, with the exception of some things like sand plums or other kind of plums, and Concord grapes. Pretty much you're going to use a commercial pectin with them. Okay, once you get the juice, you can see how the juice is coming down the tube. Put it over another vessel that you can capture it in. It can be a bowl. It doesn't have to be a measuring cup by any means. But you want to transfer this into something, and it's easier if it's going downhill. You may end up having to tip it a little bit, but you can see all the juice we got in. I've done nothing to get this juice other than put the berries in there and let them cook down for about a half an hour. So depending on what you're going to do with this. Now you can use this juice simply as a beverage, or you can can it, or you can make jelly right from it right away. I'm going to stop it at that point. Now if you're going to make can it or make jelly from it, well, particularly if you're going to can it, you want to make sure that you do it hot. Because it's hot, if you put it into a jar right now, it will seal that jar, but the jar will not be properly processed, so you're going to have to put it into a boiling water canner. The same way you would if you were going to keep your jelly on the shelf. If you're going to keep this juice on the shelf, it's got to go through a boiling water canner process in order to make it safe to use and safe to store that way. You can, however, store it in the refrigerator. You could actually freeze it if you wanted to do that. Just leave more room on headspace. It's a great way to make juice. It's a great way to make jelly, and it gives you lots of options for combining different flavors. One of the things I like with strawberry is to mix it with some rhubarb, and that makes a really good jelly later on. I hope you'll give this a try. It's a steam juice extractor. For Oklahoma Gardening, I'm Barbara Brown.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.